select Titan Demidov.
The Curfew Boys live on YouTube. It is December 12th. And I don't know how embarrassed I feel right now as a Montreal Canadiens fan. I don't know how you all are feeling tonight after that abysmal performance by the Montreal Canadiens. But nonetheless, welcome to another post-game show. Myself, Sammy, with my angry cousin, Chris. Hey now. That was the most depressing. that was so perfectly telepathically coordinated. It's in the family genes. Like, that was just so the most depressing hey now we've ever. Hey now. Oh my God, you have to laugh. You have to laugh. Anyways, welcome live on YouTube to our audience. Oh my God, I don't know whether to laugh, to yell. This is fucking Chris. How are you? I don't even know what to ask you. How are you?
I'm embarrassed, is how I am.
Aren't you
embarrassed?
Aren't you embarrassed? Famous Sebastian Maniscalco question. Aren't you embarrassed? I love this logo to death. I really do. I really do. But for fuck's sakes, man, oh man, oh man, what's the fucking reasoning behind this one now?
They just stopped playing at one point in time. There was no focus for the second half of the game, that's for sure. Pittsburgh's first line, let's say the Crosby, Raquel, and Rust line just dominated. Like almost as though like here, have time, have space, do what you want, back up, don't cover. Fucking complete disorganization, just embarrassing all around.
My God, let's remind everybody the final score: 9-2 versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. You know what I mean? It's the Cliff. We already got comments already from Cliff and LES. Like, oh my God, this is one of the worst losses seen since. Just take a wild guess. Anybody listening right now, watching. When's the last time we got embarrassed this badly as a final score? I'm thinking of a specific game, quite a few years ago. Yeah, just think about it for a second. When's the last time you were embarrassed to watch a Montreal Canadiens game by a final score, by a beating?
I think, funny enough, the first game that comes to mind that pissed me off endlessly
Mm-hmm.
was the first time that we played Boston after they nearly decapitated Max Pacioretty and they lost 7-0. That was that was one of the few losses that
I
I
got
can
one.
say I'm actually more embarrassed about
I
than
got
this one tonight. But this one was one of the worst in my fandom.
I got one worse for you. I got a score much worse than that one. I actually have a score much worse than this one, but it comes pretty fucking close. I'll give you the year. I'll give you the date exactly. November 4th, 2016.
November 4th, oh, Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, exactly. By a final score of, do you remember that one?
They scored 10, didn't they? They were chanting, "We want 10."
10-0. 10-0 against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Do you remember who was in net?
Yeah, was Peter Budaj, was it?
Negative. No, not that backup. Who was Carey Price's other backup?
Oh man.
I'll give you a first name.
You talk about repressed memories here.
I'm talking about. Apparently, he was crying. Like, Michel Therrien felt bad. I don't know why Michel Therrien didn't pull him, but
fuck, why can't I?
I'll give you a hint. His first name is Al.
Oh, Al Montoya.
Al Montoya was in net. And it's funny, there's something about December games where we get our fucking asses kicked, huh? 9-2, 11-3. Even though the Columbus game was in November, still, it seems. Thank God Montembeault's not going to pull a Patrick Roy on us. But anyways, because he actually got pulled. Yeah, Seattle kicked our asses too not too long ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I have to say too with Cliff, like the goalies. I know Montembeault made Team Canada. I know that he's had some games where he's absolutely stood on his head, and he's been one of the primary reasons. But there's absolutely no consistency in his game, in my opinion. If the team, you know, I don't want to say if the team doesn't show up, he doesn't show up, but there are games where he will completely take them out of the game because he hasn't made or he's not positioned well. It's a little bit more rare, and he's getting better about it, but he hasn't been reliable game in, game out. He's been reliable and then not so much. And Primo, I think this is the cherry on top of the Sunday. Three
I
goals,
don't
just three
understand.
goals in less than half a period.
I don't
Christ.
understand. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what's the problem with this guy. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know what to fucking say anymore. I don't know how to defend him. I don't know how. I don't know how to defend Caden Primo anymore. It's like, is this for real? I don't want to steal Tony Marinaro's line. Is this a joke? I got to come up with my own. But are we fucking serious? Here, I'm going to go with that one because it's the only one I can think of. Are we serious? Are we for real now? Like, come on, man.
Are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed?
Yeah,
that
but
should be the new one.
Yeah, but that's Manny Scalco's line. Like, I can't steal from one of my favorite
podcasting.
I get it.
Let's a little tribute to the
we
Italians do. The
we gotta
Italians do anger better than anybody else. Let's be honest here.
Well, we're up there with Les Québécois. Like, I think we're neck and neck. Like, we're one and the same when it comes to passionate anger. But I digress. Like, I don't like. Fuck. Did you see the crowd was mocking Primo because he made like a pad save? Yeah, they fucking mocked him. Okay,
I have to say the Canadians at the end of the game, they were howling the boos down on the ice. And
oh my god,
I know you don't like to see that, hear that, but fuck, it was deserved tonight. It really was deserved tonight. Sorry, you paid like $200, $300, $400, sometimes north of $500 a ticket, depending in the Reds. Forget the Platinums.
Yeah,
fuck, you paid money to go to those games. That's like, you do not show up half a game. I don't know what it was. We have Big Pete Supply who said Matheson was brutal.
I'm gonna get that.
What the hell was on the ice? Like,
I'm gonna get to him later.
Right around the blue, like right around the blue line. Canadians blue line right in front of their bench. Fuck, there were like 3 defensemen who were blowing tires, skating backwards, just falling on the ice. I don't know what the hell. If they put anything in their Gatorade bottles, I don't know what it was.
I'm gonna get to
that was an atrocious game.
I'm gonna get to Matheson later. The part that pisses me off the most is that the Canadians stayed with Pittsburgh for 40 minutes. They were with them. They were with them for 40 fucking minutes.
3-2.
Like, Armia missed a shot alone in front, and then a couple of seconds later, Jake Evans, beautiful rushing play down the middle, drops it to Emil Heineman, finds open Armia. What a fucking shot. Makes it 3-2. You bring life back into the team. You really do. So you're there to think, okay, they're down by 1, but they were still with them. The shots were about tied, about like 20 to 25, 21 shots apiece per team, more or less. They were still with. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I don't care if Pittsburgh's the oldest team in the fucking league. I don't care if they're declining. You can't. You're a young team like that. You cannot fucking play with fire against the Pittsburgh Penguins, let alone Sidney Crosby, who loves playing in Montreal, who loves playing at the Bell Center, who's still the greatest fucking player on this planet. I don't give a shit what anybody says. You could praise Connor McDavid and Nathan McKinnon, Nikita Kucherov, all you want, rightfully so. Sidney Crosby is Sidney Crosby, and he's like, look at him skate. He's 38 years old. 37, 38, we're almost the same age, and he skates like he's in his late 20s. Like the guy's he's a hell of a hockey player. You can't play with fire against him. You can't take these stupid penalties. Like the first one, who was it? Was it Beauvillier who fucking flopped
Yeah,
around backwards?
Beauvillier
That
dove
was that was a
backwards.
that was a bullshit call, but it led to a fucking power play goal. Okay, fine, whatever. They shook it off. You know what I mean? The game was tied by then. Okay, whatever. Fuck, don't go taking high sticking penalties or interference penalty. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that against the fucking Penguins. And dude, hold on, Chris. Because now I'm fucking livid. Like, I love Mike Matheson. I don't think he's a number one defenseman on a contending team, but he's definitely a number two, a fantastic skater. You know what I mean? But like, I'm starting to think there's a reason why he got passed around by Florida, by Pittsburgh. It's because he sometimes could be defensively reliable. And fuck, man, when he plays bad defensively, it shows and it hurts the team. Okay, it doesn't help that David Savard was injured, a veteran guy that we fucking needed tonight against a veteran team. We needed that presence, and it fucking shows. It fucking shows. And maybe this is one of the reasons why I don't even think the Canadiens are going to get rid of David Savard at the trade deadline, because if they want to be quote unquote in the mix, which fuck, after tonight, I'm not even thinking about that. Anyways, 2 fucking goals that were caused because of a Mike Matheson turnover for nothing, though. For nothing. Okay, the blue line, yeah, he fucked up, but he came back. Dude, but fuck, you can't let fucking Brian Rust fucking deke your underwears and jockstrap to the point where they're stuck in the rafters. And then the other goal that he gave up, he's behind the net. There's no pressure on him. There's no pressure on him. What the fuck are you doing? Just clearing the puck along the boards where half of the fucking forward line is on the long side of those boards. Keep your fucking head up. Look up. Look around. See what you got. You had no pressure. We're in the mix for the first overall pick come June. That's the best news I've heard all evening. I'm going to show this on our stream. We're in the mix to win the first overall pick come June. Cliff, God bless you, sir. This is the best fucking news I've heard all night. Oh, my God. I don't know. And, man, like, dude, I'm going to talk about Lane Hudson for a bit. You're going to get the good with him, and you're going to get the bad with him as a rookie defenseman. It's like he's going to cause goals. He will. But for fuck's sakes, man, when you're giving Christian Dvorak all the passes in the world alone in front of the net and you can't fucking put it in, like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was just about to say on that front, like,
it's water in here, but I should have put fucking scotch or whiskey or whatever the fuck.
Well, I was thinking the play that Hudson made, beautiful pass through to Anderson.
Yeah.
Right alone.
Oh, like, yeah, him too.
Again, they could have scored. They could have scored at least 5-6 goals.
I'm gonna give Jerry. Yeah, give Jerry credit. He made some saves.
Yeah, he made some saves, but fuck, it's how many breakaways have we had in a row where we haven't scored? I'm not counting the shootout. I'm talking about breakaways.
No, I don't recall
breakaways without a single fucking goal.
Well, 4 against Washington. There was at least Dvorak had 1. Dvorak had 1.
3 in the last.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. Dude, I don't know. Like, everybody defensively, I thought was having a decent game, and I don't know what the fuck just happened. Like, I don't know who you put the blame on. Like, there's nowhere that Marty could have called a timeout, because it was 3-2. Like, if you call out you call a timeout like midway through the third when like the game's over. You call a timeout to rest your guys, to wake them up and to try to come back in the game. They weren't coming back in the game at that point.
The only stop that I would say, Sam, based off of what you're saying, when they hit that 5th goal, and it was 5-2, if not maybe even at 4-2. I know, like, it became a landslide immediately thereafter. So, like, with all due respect, Marty, fine, you didn't call a timeout, you didn't call a timeout, but it was 5-2, and within like 20 seconds, it was 6-2. Like, you're already pulling Primo. It's 6-2. You have a 4-goal difference, and you have less than a period to go to catch up in the game. The game's done. Like, the game's absolutely done. It got out of hand way too quick. That's a bunch of young guys who are just like, okay, the game's over. Fine, let's just make it through the game and get back to the locker room, and we'll focus on the next one. But that's a little bit too much like a let's it wasn't even let's get to the end of the game. It was just like completely, yeah, I have to spend some time on the ice, and then I'm gonna go back to the bench. And it was a walkabout. The Pittsburgh Penguins took the puck into the zone. You want the puck? Absolutely, I'll take the puck. Skate around. Oh, you want the puck? Yeah, okay. Let's make a beautiful passing play, because the Montreal Canadiens, I'm sorry, are just swinging their sticks carelessly, not skating. Like, the amount of players dragging their feet. The only emotion that I saw is at the end of the game, Arbor Jacki was trying to incite every single Pittsburgh Penguin player to fight. And talking about penalties, can we actually say something about the fucking penalties? How in the hell did Arbor Jacki not get a penalty for beating down on Bunting, swinging with the refs in the middle of the pileup between him and Malkin? Like, if ever Arbor Jacki I don't want to say deserved the penalty, but could have gotten a penalty, that would have been the moment. But
for once that works in our favor. To think we trade a first round pick.
Big pizza pie. I thought about this smack down in the middle of the game. I was literally thinking, if we're going to do a podcast tonight, I want to go back. I wanted to identify the player that was drafted by Arizona using that first round pick, and just throw the name out there and ask you, Sam, what does that symbolize, or what does that mean? That's who we lost as a result of trading for Dvorak. Not only is it a garbage contract, it was a garbage pivot of a move when we lost KK.
It was desperate. It was a desperate move by Bergevin.
It was a desperate, stupid, reactionary move by Bergevin, and goddamn. Anyways, when it rains, it pours. Let's not make it.
Look at this question here. I like this question by Big Pizza Pie. Would you bring back Luke Rukic as an assistant coach?
Any day.
In my sleep. The problem is, where do you put him as assistant coach? When he was with the Canadiens, he was a defensive coach. Now you have
fucking rip out Robida like that. They're defensively, the Canadiens.
I like
Robida. Have been absolute shit. They figured it out for a few games, and now it's almost as though the other teams just looked at it and said, "Okay, dissect it. Okay, we can beat the Canadiens here, 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 and here." Okay.
No, I get it.
I'm sorry to say, Robida is another Pee-wee coach.
Bah.
Except he's not a Hall of Famer, and he doesn't have the vision and Martyisms. So I would replace him in a second.
I'm getting a feeling, however this season ends, I'm getting a feeling that Marty might change his coaching staff. It's just a feeling I get. Maybe we're saying this now because in the heat of the moment we're fucking frustrated, and like we want change right away, and I don't want to be. I don't want to challenge Marty's decision on this, but I feel also that the game took a turn when Marty switched the lineups. Now, Slafkovsky going back with Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield. Alex Newhook dropped to the second line with Kirby Dach and Patrick Laine. And as much as I want to see that line or those line combos, at least the top six, I'm not so sure if doing it with 5 minutes remaining in the second period was a good idea. And the reason being is because, like, for the last couple of games, that was the combos. Let them fucking play together. I don't know. You mentally switch things in the players' minds when you switch line. You get as a player. It's like when you think, okay, fuck, I'm playing with these guys now. Like
You're openly admitting something's not working. You have to make a change because something's not working.
Well, exactly. And you could be in a different mindset. Maybe Slavkovsky's probably thinking, fucking right. I'm back, baby. Let's go. And for a shift or two, it was like, oh, fuck. Okay. He kind of demonstrated like towards the end of the period. Sorry. I'm not going to show this one, but one of the comments is actually pretty funny. But yeah, I guess you saw it too. No, fuck, man. It's tough to pinpoint exactly. Look, it's just they opened the floodgates like when they got that power play goal was that it? No, it wasn't the power play goal. It was the goal exactly. Oh, it was when it was the first goal in the third period when Raquel was left all alone again in front of the net. That to me was, and even at that they were down 4-2. But that seemed to have opened the floodgates, man. And he was left alone in front of the fucking net the same way he was left alone. I get it. It was on a power play. But for fuck's sakes, man, you can't do that. And I tried to rewatch that play, and it seemed like Patrick Laine was watching him, stayed with him. But then when the players crossed, Laine went to the corner, but so did Lane Hudson going to the corner. Fucking Raquel left all alone. Oh man, it's you know what I mean? Like I when the game finished, we jumped right away on this platform to go live. Once we're done here, I'm definitely gonna go listen to post-game reactions from the players. I definitely need to hear what Marty has to say. Most importantly, I'm so curious to see what Marty's gonna do at practice the following morning. Is he going to make them bag skate? Is he going to make them fucking suffer? I know I'm exaggerating, but this shit cannot happen. You can't be losing that way. And I don't care how young this team is. I don't care how much they're still in the rebuild, blah, blah, fucking blah. Like, can you not fucking drop the ball? Can you not fucking lay an egg? Can you not shit the bed? Can you not, I don't know, find another expression? Anybody help me out here? For fuck's sakes, like this sucks, dude. This fucking sucks. And yeah, maybe losing is the necessary evil for this rebuild. Give us a better chance to draft one more player this draft. But for fuck's sakes, not at the cost of losing 9-2.
Yeah. No, show a little dignity, show a little effort.
Yeah. Okay.
You're wearing that crest. Anyways, Sam, look,
this episode's not going to be long.
We could beat a dead horse. There's nothing good. My only wonder, like my mind truly wonders right now. Marty openly said that he doesn't go in and he doesn't talk to the players after losses at all. I'd be very curious if he walked into the room and just said that was shameful. He's got
to say something. He's got to say something to them tonight. There's and I remember him saying in the documentary that he doesn't because sometimes emotions get the better of you. You could say things that not that you'll necessarily regret, but like you don't want to be irrational and what have you. But he's got to say something. He's got to deliver a message saying that, guys, this is unacceptable. Like you can't play this, or
we'll see at the practice rink tomorrow morning.
No, or you ask everybody either individually as a group, what the fuck happened, guys? We're not leaving here until we get answers. What the fuck happened? And you let everybody talk and explain what happened. Whether it's from Suzuki, whether it's from Matheson, whether it's from Hudson, whether it's from Patrick Laine. You get a couple of vets that to speak, and you get the rookie, you get the captain, you get an assistant captain to speak. Brendan Gallagher made like just somebody. They're yeah. You're right, Chris. You're totally right. He better have said something to them. Not that it's going to change our lives, but like I would hope to God as a coach.
It's just tonight you're going to break your one rule.
Okay, Joker. Okay. I mean, there's not much for us to say this episode, but after watching that Jake Evans play, really raised the question, and this question goes out to all of our audience, and I'm looking forward to see some of the responses if there's any. It's clearly obvious that Jake Evans has been playing his best hockey probably in his career this season. Like despite the fucking roller coaster of a season we've had since the start, but Jake Evans at the age that he's at 27, 28, like prime peak age, he's playing his best hockey ever. What do the Canadians do with him? Seeing him play that way, and it's been a bit of a question for the past week up until Matvei Michkov started fucking putting up points across the board, and now the debate is like, oh, well, we fucking missed out on Michkov because we picked Reinbacher, but I don't want to go down that road because that's pissing me off. But the more I keep seeing Jake Evans play, the more I keep wondering that do the Canadians, if they get offers, do they trade him or do they keep him?
I said last episode, and I'm going to say it again. Jake Evans is one of the top 5. I'd even argue top 3 penalty killer in the league right now.
Fucking right, he is.
I know that sounds ridiculous to a lot, but genuinely, look what he's accomplishing. His contributions offensively, even on 5-on-5 hockey, have been really strong on the overall. Could be a perfect third line center for a team contending for the cup. Yes, third line center.
Yeah,
I think he's got his place. I think he's got a great two-way game. I never. I'm gonna repeat myself from last episode, but I was saying before this season started that Owen Beck would be a perfect replacement for Jake Evans because I don't think Jake Evans had that offensive game and what Owen Beck could bring. But my God, Jake Evans has shut me the hell up this year. He's been absolutely outstanding. And if to go back to your question, Sam, if the return is significant, then it might be time to do so. If not, he has to become one of the staples of your team. It's one or the other. You're all in or you're out. And if you're out, it better be for the right price. That's all.
I don't think the Canadians should offer, if let's say the Canadians decide to keep him. This is all hypothetical and all these what ifs and what have you. Max 3, because he's 20, he's 27, going to turn 28. You give him 3 years, maybe 4 maximum at, to me personally, 2.5, 3 million is pushing it, in my opinion. But the reason why I say keep him is because I think a guy like Owen Beck, a young player like Owen Beck, who is playing very well in Laval, and I've reiterated that, and I'll continue as long as he keeps playing well. And if he continues down that path, like I won't be surprised to see Owen Beck make the Canadians next season. I don't see Christian Dvorak coming back. So
I don't see him welcome back. They might even block him from coming into the Bell Center on an away game.
So having said that, you still need your Nick Suzuki, you still need Kirby Dach, Jake Evans, and Owen Beck. That's how I see the centerman being, and maybe you switch Evans with Beck from the third line centerman to the fourth line. All depends who else makes the roster. But because Michael Hage is going to do one more year in Michigan, so then after that we'll see what happens with that. And if we do draft a centerman, well, he's going to be playing another year or two in junior. So I truly believe Jake Evans could be a very good role model for Owen Beck, because they've sort of had the same pathway,
the same style. It's not only the same pathway, same style of play. Like, he's the perfect role model for him.
Well, exactly. Like, I mean, Evans' junior career was in college, whereas Owen Beck was in the OHL. But they both made their names in the minors, and they both had the same sort of roles. Okay, so I just really truly believe a guy like Jake Evans to me is beneficial for Owen Beck. And maybe even a Michael Hage, and maybe even a Michael Hage if if Evans is still there. But I think I do get a feeling offers are going to be made for Evans, and he's cheap too.
Just on the Michael Hage front, I'm going to continue to say it. I think this kid is going to be something way better than what we expected him to be at pick number 22. I genuinely think he is going to surprise a lot of people. I don't think it's going to be immediately, but I think we are going to be so thankful. You know what? I have an analogy.
Okay.
You talk about investments and diversifying your portfolios and all of that. He is your ace up your sleeve if ever Kirby Dach can't pan out as center.
Well, that's exactly. I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I'll probably be saying this all year long as Michael H keeps performing, and even up until next year, because the Canadiens are going to sign Michael Hage when Kirby Dach's contract comes to an end. I get the feeling that Michael Hage was picked. They wanted him, and I have a feeling they wanted him as a sort of backup plan to Kirby Dach, and not so much if Kirby Dach doesn't work out at center that Kirby Dach will be gone. But I'm also thinking a player that can replace Dach at center, and you put Dach on the wing. And again, too, Patrick Liney's contract's going to be done as well. So they're going to have to decide what to do with him. You're going to have Ivan Demidov in the picture. Hopefully, like we sort of need. I don't want to put all the pressure, but we need this kid to be the ripple effect of being a savior. I'm not saying he is the savior, but like this kid, we can't get him here fast enough. So, it's just like this fucking loss really made us not go off in the deep end, but kind of like forget sometimes about the bigger picture that's coming. But oh my god. Anyways, that's I don't even know what to say anymore about this fucking loss. Like, this was absolutely embarrassing. And I will say this. I really think I know we spoke about Primo earlier. I'm telling you, Jakob Dobesh is Sam Montembeault's backup next season. And Jacob Fowler is going to be the starting goalie for the Laval Rockets next year. Yeah. There you go. That's the only hope I could fucking see. That's the light at the end of the tunnel of eternity that we're in tonight because of this loss. Okay. Fuck. Like, that's the only light I see right now. So I don't know if you have anything else to add, Chris, but I know this episode's not as long. Usually we go over an hour, but like, there's really not that much to say. And obviously, thanks to those who joined us tonight and who took part of the conversations. A lot of good points were made. A lot of funny / harsh comments, but funny nonetheless, because we take everything with a sense of humor. So, Chris, I don't know if you have anything else to add.
Look, let's try to end it off on a few positives. So, game-wise,
a beautiful Nick Suzuki goal.
Spectacular goals. Definitely.
I mean, there were just two, so it's easy to talk about.
those were pretty much the only two standout things. I liked Arbor Jack just getting rough, and
dude. But
I think he handled. Don't get me wrong. He was on for a couple of goals. He didn't.
I'm going to check the stats. Keep going.
But I'm just going to emphasize something that's a little bit more on the macro level, at a further distance from this specific game, more of an aerial view. Fans, as fucking tough as this game is, seriously, it's hard to digest. You're not going to want to open up TSN. You're not going to want to see social media. It's going to be rough.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We're going in the right direction. This organization is still going in the right direction. As hard as that is to feel on nights like tonight, this organization is going in the right direction. And at the end of the day, when it comes time for them to win, the fans who will have stood by, went through fucking shit nights like tonight, will make the victory, will make the championship that much more special. So
We're not going anywhere.
we might not be
I still love these logos. Don't worry.
There you go. So it's kind of there you go. Even though it's perfect, it's black, like as though we were going to a funeral. Just to say these are the nights that make the championship that much more special when they come. So
Chris,
we're all in it together. Fucking sucks. A little bump on the road. Feels like a bump on the Montreal road pothole. That's a sinkhole that can lead into like 3 stories underground. But
yeah, to the
I
abyss.
digress. These are important to appreciating a championship at the end of the day that much more.
There was one defenseman that finished with a +1. Guess who it was?
I'm going to say,
and he played the least amount of minutes. Yeah, Justin Barron was a +1 tonight.
That should be studied in a scientific laboratory right there.
And believe it or not, Mike Matheson was only a -1, and he played 23 minutes and 1 second. Lane Hudson, Arbor Jacki -2, Caden Gooley, Jaden Struble -3. It shows, man. It shows they didn't have Savard. It really, really, really showed.
That's scary to think.
Yeah, Caulfield +1, Suzuki even, Kirby Doc even, Slavkovsky -1, Josh Anderson -3, Line -2.
Who was the worst on the plus-minus side?
I'd say Josh Anderson, Caden Gooley, and Jaden Struble at -3.
Okay.
Why? Ça a pas bien été. That's why, like we say, and they're playing the Jets. They're playing the Jets on Saturday too, in Winnipeg. Oh fuck! And they just destroyed the Bruins. Like more or less the same score. Was it like 8-1, 8-2, something like that? Oh fuck! Tabarnak!
Cue the Quebec song. C'est Christ de tabarnak, c'est colis de vierge, anyways.
Big Pizza Pie, thank you. Yeah, okay, we're gonna wrap this up because it's enough now. It's enough. Listen, thanks to Cliff, Big Pizza Pie, Elias, Ryan, and whoever else decided to come share their frustration and depression with us tonight. Thanks for tuning in live on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We always have fun, even on nights like this. We try to have fun, but it is absolutely free. Tell your friends about us. You can hear all our podcasts live on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We're very active on Instagram and X on Twitter, but we're also on Facebook and TikTok. My cousin Chris and I am Sammy. Have a good night, Chris. Try to sleep tonight. And I honestly look forward to tomorrow morning and hearing the Montreal media and the coach's post-game presser. Chris, thanks for doing this. I'll see you. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the game Saturday. Enjoy the game on Saturday, folks, against the Winnipeg Jets in Winnipeg. Let's pray for a win or a not so deadly beating. If they're gonna lose, please don't lose this way. All right. Until then, bye now.
Bye now.
Good night.
Not yet, Dynasty.